Here we are at the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl at Aztec Stadium at Arizona State University. And I am Mitch Gable. This is MitchGableBrass.com. And we are with the finest of the fine, the University of Michigan Marching Band Trumpet Section leaders. And we'll just kind of go around the horn. And if you could introduce yourself, tell me your name and your academic major, what year you're in, and what's it been like through the course of the season and the rigor that you have gone through to get to this point. So we'll start with you, sir.
All right, my name's Robbie Humphrey. I'm the section leader of the Michigan Marching Band Trumpet Section. I'm an aerospace engineering major. I'm a senior this year. And it's been, the overall experience with the band has been absolutely fantastic. I've grown in so many ways. I've learned how to teach people. I've learned how to serve people. You know, it's been a fantastic experience, and I love music. So
now, as a high school band director, what advice would you give my students as far as their involvement in a high school marching band experience, competitive or non-competitive, and what kind of advice would you give that particular person?
Well, I'd say the band is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. You know, if you're involved in a marching band, that's something that you're not going to be able to do, you know, when you're older. Like, you can do it in college, but after that, there's nothing like it. So get involved in it as much as you possibly can. You know?
Cool.
Music's fantastic, and you need to just appreciate it as much as you can.
And do you have any plans to continue in music, maybe beyond graduation?
Yeah, I would say so. Hopefully, you know, community bands and things.
Okay.
I really hope so.
And there they are, taking the field. Don't want to steal your thunder, but we'll just go right down the row. Introduce yourself. Same set of questions.
All right, my name's Colin Fleming. I am a junior this year. I am an actuarial and mathematics major. Don't ask what that is. Just kind of go with it. And the experience for me has just been unbelievable. The rigor is definitely, like, the workload is very high, obviously, but it's something that's worthwhile. Everyone here has the same goal. We want to play a fantastic show on the field. And just the feeling you get when you run out of the tunnel, the feeling you get when you're on the field performing, you just can't replace that. It's just something you can't explain. You have to experience it yourself. So for high school members that are still just on the fence maybe, continuing through, that experience right there is something that
Cool.
I would tell them.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Aubrey. I am a junior, and I'm a chemical engineering major. And the band has been so great. Basically, it's helping me like with leadership, teamwork, in every single area, and I can see that helping me in all the other areas of my life. And the band is where I met pretty much all my best friends. So I can't imagine my life without band.
I agree completely. What advice would you have maybe for some high school students that might not necessarily be a music major, but want to continue in music in some capacity? What advice would you have for that particular individual?
I would say at first in high school I had no plans of continuing it, and then when it came to the end of senior year I was like, I can't leave this.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of music, I don't know, it's so much more, and it is hard. It is really difficult to go from high school to college, but this experience has just like taught me to be so much better player, and it's made me incredible.
Cool. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Gina Cortez. I'm a senior in civil and environmental engineering, 4th year with the band. And I'd say the biggest thing about being in the Michigan Marching Band is just you're part of something that's so much more. Yes, you're in the band, yes, you're with your fellow students, but when the team wins, you feel like you're a big part of it. You're cheering along, you're getting the fans going. And when you march out of the tunnel, you're on the field, everyone's looking down to you to set the tone for the game. And it's something that I didn't even think about. I came into the band thinking, oh, it'll be cool for me to keep playing, but I'm playing for something so much more than myself now. That's the biggest thing for me.
Awesome. Now, as trumpet players, we all know the buck stops with us, right? If we don't show, the band doesn't show, right? You know, you can talk about the tuba whole notes all day long. Yeah, they're the backbone, but if they're the backbone, we're the glue putting it all together because we get the melody. What's it like to have that amount of pressure, I guess, and how much individual trumpet study do you guys pay attention to or apply to help your performance better? We'll start with you again.
Well, it kind of goes back to Robbie with our section leader. We have sectionals twice a week where we really kind of hone in on the details and specifics of the music we're playing. We've been kind of fortunate as a section where we've had a couple of really fun trumpet features. You'll see in the game today we have a trumpet feature. We really, really take ourselves seriously. We want to make it as best we can, and we hone in on those details in sectionals. We have music rehearsal at the beginning of every rehearsal in the arcs where we're really focused in on the details, the crescendos, everything else about it. We just really focus on this.
Maybe you guys can also talk about that. What's it like to actually be in rehearsal? Do you see a lot of people talking out of place, or just when the conductor cuts you off, is there anybody hanging on to another extra note? Maybe we'll start with the section leader and talk a little about the rehearsal environment, if you will.
Well, yeah, I mean, in any band, you're going to have the people who are hanging out a little bit longer than they need to because we're trumpet players.
Right, sure.
Right. So, what do I sound like? Oh, let's just hang out with them. But I think in the Michigan band, we're really fortunate to have a really talented bunch of people it's really important as a trumpet section not to really focus on yourself and the sound. Play as an entire section, so make your sound fit into the entire sound of the section. You have some people who kind of are out of the sound a little bit, but you want to make sure that you're back in. We're really fortunate.
So as a section leader, if one of these guys over here are a little bit mouthy.
They're not the issue.
Yeah,
these guys are pretty dark.
I know. I can tell these guys are hardcore, dedicated, go blue guys and gals, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine what this band would be like if all of us weren't on the same page mentally? That if there were people talking out of place, or if rehearsals weren't structured, would you guys look as good as you do or sound as good as you do? We'll start with you.
I definitely don't think we would be or perform at the level that we do now. I mean, I know Professor Pasquale really talks about efficient rehearsals, just trying to make sure that we use all of our time effectively, because he doesn't want to waste our time. And because we use it effectively, we're able to put great shows on the field. I wouldn't have it any other way. So
Cool.
I love everybody being disciplined and working for the best.
Same question. Is the discipline aspect of what you guys do, is it a drag, or is it something you actually look forward to in rehearsal?
Well, like I was saying earlier, everyone's here for the same purpose. We're all here to go out there, put on the best show we possibly can, entertain the 110,000 plus fans in the big house and wherever we go.
Right.
So I think we're all smart people. We all realize that we need to sometimes get our act together and keep our discipline up, I guess, to strive for that goal. And we all realize that, and everyone just puts the best effort they possibly can.
Okay, and the last question I have for all of you guys, putting you on the spot, in one word, summarize your experience in the University of Michigan marching band starting here. It's hard, I know, but if there's one word that you can kind of summarize it all, I know it's an impossible task, but what's the first thing that pops in your mind?
First thing that popped into mind to me was pride. We all just take so much pride in what we do here. It's got to be pride.
The first one that I thought of is incredible. I thought what we do as a band as a whole is just amazing.
The first word that came to my mind is life-changing for me personally, and for everyone else in the band.
Go that with a hyphen right there.
It's definitely a life-changing experience for me. I don't want to look back at my college years, just my younger years in general, and say I wish I'd done something different. I'm so glad I've